Before we start the video, let's have a moment for this old drunk guy.
What's up, YouTube? This is Nathan again. I still don't know what to name this channel, but nice to meet you. Drop me a subscribe button. I know I haven't given you any knowledge yet, but you know, support the cause. I'm gonna get into the topic of the video. So, labor jobs are a man's first and last option. Let me explain. So, you know, nobody wants to work labor, like hard labor. I know some people act like they do. A lot of men specifically act like they wanna work a labor job, right? Like, oh, like I'm a man, let me lift, let me do this and that. That's all ego, right? Like, I was never the type of person to be all like happy to be breaking my back at work. Some people who take pride in that, and I'm like, how you even do that? Like, one time I'm on a construction site and I hear a guy, like, you know, he walked through like a cloud of concrete because they're cutting it in the morning, walking through a cloud of it. Me, I'm here with my shirt over my nose, not trying to smell it. This guy's walking like this. I love the smell of concrete in the morning. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, you could die just now, but me, I'm not on that, right? So labor jobs are a man's first option and last option. Let me explain. So as you can see in one of my previous videos, I was leaving my job, right? So I was working maintenance. It's not too labor intensive, but it has its days where like I'm just working hard for the whole shift. I get my break and then back to work, and I'm lifting, doing this, walking around, doing that, and you know. And so let me explain. Nobody wants to actually do this work. Me, like, I would do this work. I'd be comfortable working labor if I had a good construction job making 40 an hour, right? Because when I'm out there, I'm like, yo, if this stuff's not paying me well, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I just don't want to do it. I don't care what you think about me. Like, and say, oh, you're not a man, you don't want to do this work. All right, think that. Cool. I have different dreams to chase. I know I want to use this to make money, not like be 6 years old. I can't enjoy all the money I've made in my life. You know, like that's not what I want, right? But back to what I was thinking, right? Like, labor is a man's first option and last option. What's the first job we all worked? Right? Like, I don't know about other people. Some people might have worked retail, but first job that I worked, 16, when I, you know, like my summer job when I was 16, I worked for a family friend's moving company. Right? So working for this moving company, I really figured out like, yo, this is work, like shit's crazy. Pretty much, you know, like I spent a week doing the moving job, and then I don't know, it could have been like 2 weeks, right? The money was good, but like I just wasn't consistent enough. When I was 16, I wanted to do other stuff, you know, have fun. And you know, like I don't blame myself for wanting to do that, right? But that's to say, like, you see, that's the first option. What jobs could you get like that? You could always just get a labor job, easy. So like I said, it's the first option, but not a lot of people want to do it, including myself, right? And I feel like living where we live, like I live in Canada, but even speaking to anybody who's watching from the States or anywhere that's like a first world country, you know, we have a privilege, even living here, right? So a lot of times we're ungrateful. Like me, a lot of times I'm ungrateful for the job that I had previously. I could have stuck it out there, right? But me, I have a different type of mindset where I just want to get on with my life, take the risk, move on. But I wasn't in a place financially to stay out of my job, right? So this is like my last option, right? Like labor, like I said, labor is the first and last option. So what did I do? I went back to unloading boxes out of a truck. Now, I was working this job back in 2021 when it was hard to get a job if you weren't vaccinated, you know? So don't forget to like and subscribe. Back to the topic, right? Like, it's like my last option. I was running, even right now, like, still running so low on money that I told myself, you know what? I'm gonna just try to get my old job back doing lumping. That's what it's called, like unloading trucks, they call it lumping. nobody really knows it unless you work, right? Unless you work the lumping job, right? But I have to call back my old employer as my last option, just to go and do it, right? But like I'm saying, it's the first and last option, and we just gotta be grateful for the opportunities that we have, because you know, like, they won't always be there. Or, like, you could be wishing for better, and better doesn't always come. Or, you know, like, you have to work to get the better. You can't just wish for better and expect to get it if you haven't even put in the work to get there, right? So you might be asking why I'm wearing a bucket hat and it's nighttime. Well, I came outside when it was light, so forgive me. But pretty much making this video just to say, like, be grateful and do the stuff you don't want to do, okay? That's the whole, like, point of this video. I'm just freestyling right now, so I didn't even know the point of this video. I just kept thinking in my head, labor is a man's first option and last option, because it's my first option and my last option. So I'm gonna just say it to myself and to you people. You gotta be grateful. Gotta be grateful for every single opportunity, and use the opportunity like it's your last. Just use it like it's your last. Don't take anything for granted. Work that hard labor job. Like, the job that I just picked up right now, my old job, it's like I said, I'm unloading boxes from a truck, and it's piecework, meaning I get paid per truck, and I'm usually doing it with a second person, right? So we'll split the money on the truck, and we'll usually have like 2 a day. He might get a third one, but let me tell you, touching thousands of boxes a day is not the type of work that you want to do or what I want to do. But at least for right now, I love it. I'm loving emptying out these boxes out of the truck. Back not hurting too much, but you know why? Because I've been working out, stretching. At least for right now, the boxes aren't really hurting my back too much. But collect my thoughts. I'm loving emptying out these trucks right now, and it's because it's my last option. If it was my first option, I'd be thinking like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. I used to be in these containers, emptying out the boxes, and wishing I was somewhere else like the whole time, just trying to like work through my mind, when I should just be like happy I'm even there making the money, right? So like I said, labor jobs is a man's first and last option, because listen, when it's your first option, what's going on? Listen, when it's your first option, right, you're just thinking about what else you can do. Well, like, listen, I freaking I only have like 12 subscribers, you know, but I'm starting up, you know.
What's your YouTube channel?
Yeah, I had to stop the video for a second. A young brother started talking to me. Told him to subscribe to the channel, and you know, he was telling me he was going through some stuff, so hopefully some of my videos can help. I don't have too much up, but that's just a motivation for me to get more out, because I have a lot of things to put out there, right? So like I was saying, nobody wants to really work these jobs, you know. Like, I don't want to work it, you probably don't want to work it. Everybody gets tired of this. There's like a next step to this. Like, this is like a stepping stone, right? But you can't just try to get to the $1 million or whatever you're chasing. You can't just get to your goals like that easily. It takes a lot of time and effort. And if you didn't have stuff figured out, or if your parents didn't figure stuff out for you, you're gonna have to figure that stuff out. So like I said, be grateful for these opportunities, because people come from other countries to come here so they can have a better living. Remember that. People, like a guy from Panama, he told me that he came here, and like, he's the manager of this cleaning business now, right? Like, not like the top manager, but he's manager of the employees, and he came here just wanting to work. He told me, actually, I just wanted to make a living, right? So take that into consideration. People come here just to make a living, not to get famous or to like do all this extra stuff, because that's not what it's about. At least for me, like, stuff's not about fame, but the fame and the money will come if that's what you want. But like, the fame and money will come after you've put in all the work that you need to do, all the behind the scenes stuff, all the not behind the scenes stuff. But everything has to be done. Everything has to be done at like some point, right? So at least for me, I'm gonna tell you, having that labor job as my first option wasn't it, because the whole time I'm there working, I'm just dreading the next box. I'm trying to go home, and stuff's just not working out. Like, you gotta have a positive mindset out here. You can't be working your job wishing to go home. You need to work that job and know why you're working that job. So, like I said, it was my first option. Now it's my last option, and I'm loving it. Not loving like all that work, but deep down, I'm actually loving it, because it's better to do this work than being broke. So I'd rather do all this work than be broke. Gotta be grateful though. Gotta be grateful for this opportunity. I'm not going in like, oh, I'm broke, I gotta make the money, I'm so sad and mad. Nah. Gotta take pride in that. So like I said, labor job is a man's first and last option. So gotta figure it out either way and just be grateful for every single opportunity. Yeah, I'm signing out. This is Nathan. Subscribe to the channel, give me a like, it really helps out. And I'll catch you on the next one.